You can see the note, right?
Laura, do you want to send that to me? Like, did you want to share that with me?
Sure.
Do you want to email it to me through my district email, and then I'll just pull it up? I have a different computer here. I'm like more organized tonight. I was like, oh, if I'm going to be the note taker, I'm going to bring my other computer as well.
Way to
Dual
go.
Dual monitors going here.
Way to go. I'm sitting on my living room floor.
I went up into my son's room because I just needed like a change of scenery. I've been sitting at this table for 12 hours already or whatever. And then the internet wasn't working. I'm like, maybe it's his room. Maybe he doesn't have internet in his room. So then I moved. I'm back in my spot.
I'm sorry. Me too.
I actually chose not to have my dual monitors in front of me because same deal. I've been staring at them for the last 10 hours. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go do some yoga on my living room floor while I do this.
So as we were getting started, I did go in and highlight a few of the words too, in case we wanted to use any of those. So those are in yellow for us.
Awesome. Yeah, those are the ones that I had written down too from last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, sorry. Okay.
And then as a reminder, this is just our task. So we have these two places that we need to fill out. And then I did set a timer so that we know when we have to finish, which is set for 7:14, giving us 1 minute to spare.
Awesome. Perfect. Perfect.
So I thought should we just do like a rough draft here in this note section, and then I could just copy and paste it into that formal thing that he gave us?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. Well, we just need to come up with 5 kind of like big ideas, right? So, I mean, kind of just to springboard off of what we had talked about last week. I mean, I jotted down just a couple based off of what we had talked about last week. Are we ready to dive right into those, or?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh shoot. Okay, so last week or 2 weeks ago, we had talked about kind of the idea of inspiring lifelong learning. So I think I jotted down inspiring curiosity. I mean, I don't know if that's like wholly comprehensive or not, but just kind of like boil it down a little bit. Maybe inspiring lifelong curiosity. I know we had talked about like empower was a really good word, I thought. I don't really have a noun to go along with that. Maybe, empowering students, staff, and community. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Cassie, your library one is so good.
I know. It isn't like, how do I get it out of my head too? Yeah. But I mean, we had exactly these kinds of discussions, really kind of boiling down, what is the library about? And so we had those kind of key words to build off of.
Yeah, I mean, I think, the striving for excellence is a good, again, but I like what he had talked about, like, why are we just striving for it? So, I mean, we could take that and turn it into like achieving excellence as some sort of, and then it's, I think maybe like the next step, and that is determining what excellence is, and how to turn that big idea into, a SMART goal. But in terms of big ideas, that was what I was thinking.
Did we talk about last week anything about like developing their character or their social emotional health? Because I think for me that's something that's really important for kids.
Especially now,
Yeah, and I just feel like that would be something that I would really want to see. We're all about education, but we're looking at the whole student, not just their academic success. And so I think for me, it would be really important to have, something in there that kind of speaks to that.
So what's a verb that could kind of kind of describe that. I mean, I have enrichment in my head, or enriching. I don't know if that's quite right.
I don't know. Someone had cultivate, and for whatever reason,
yeah, absolutely,
like, that one resonates with me so much.
Like cultivating character, or
yeah. Were you thinking like integrity, or were you thinking more along the lines of like what? Like I agree with you 100%. I'm just trying to figure out like what the best.
I don't know, like having healthy little humans, you know, like that's little humans that are kind and resilient and, you know, and nice and, you know, all the things that we want people to be right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think cultivating is a really good place to start. And what is it that we're trying to cultivate in them?
Great tiny little humans, obviously.
Like how do we say great, awesome, tiny little humans? And it's less words.
I feel like that word integrity does I feel encompass like a lot of words, you know, a lot of, you know, kindness and honesty, and a lot of that is, to me personally, kind of put in that integrity word. But I mean,
I agree.
I'm not married to that word. I'm just thinking that if we could come up with that word or some other word that kind of encompasses all those things.
I think integrity. I mean, I think even cultivating integrity is a good one. I think that it's at the very least a really good place to start to get that sort of character component into the mission statement.
Yeah. You know? It is so true. I mean, you know, children are great to begin with, and they're very accepting, and as they get older it becomes more difficult for them. But you know, I feel, you know, myself, I'm sure all of you do too, that I spend a lot of time on this, you know, sometimes more than actually teaching math, is teaching the kids to be good to each other and accepting.
Thank you for doing that, because that's really, really important.
So it's like, how do we say it so that all teachers realize that that is just as important as teaching math or science? Like what would be the right way to
I mean, the word that pops out to me is self-worth, right? We could use that because everything flows from a little bit of that. So I see the inspiring curiosity, and I wanted to go back to the empowering. We can empower learners or learning.
Oh, I like that.
We don't have to focus on the people that we're empowering, but the activity, the large, right? So you started with curiosity. So inspiring curiosity, empowering learning. And it always comes up to me as investing in the future, you know, as kind of a third action verb, you know, like a third. Like we always talk about education as being essentially the future leaders, the future changers of the world, the future families, the future, whatever you might think, you know. And the idea of self-worth seems to at least resonate with me, of where all those other things come from. But do we want that in a mission statement, or do we want that in a value statement that feeds the mission?
Right. Piece, right. You know? And I agree with you that that's really where all of this kind of flows from. But I think it's also sort of the marriage of self-worth and investment in your community. And I think that's one thing that we sort of, and again, both like the support of your community and the responsibility towards your community. It's kind of that double relationship. It's just like what all of us are doing right now is investing in our community, you know, and it's just kind of that engagement level.
Yeah, to kind of jump off that, I just typed in the chat, cultivating social and civic responsibility. So I love that cultivating word too. And I think, you know, we want them to be socially responsible. We want them to be good citizens. And before the words fell out of my head, I'm like, let me type it up.
That's good. That's perfect, Cassie.
That was really good.
I think engagement might be another good one to sort of jump off of, because again, that's kind of, you know, you can't really contribute to anything if you're not engaged in it, both in sort of your own life and in the life of your community. One word that I don't think he's on today, and I don't remember his name offhand, but he was in our group last week, and he definitely brought up the word dream. I mean, I like the word, but I think that might be something that's more fitted for like a value type statement also, not necessarily. I mean, I think like I feel like the mission statement needs to be lofty, but also pragmatic, you know, like I think it needs to be sort of a practical sense of where we want our district to go. So what do we have so far? We have inspiring curiosity. I like that one. That's a good one. Empowering learning. I really like that one. Achieving excellence. Man, we have too many good ones, guys. We have to narrow this down.
I feel like achieving excellence, like it's always in every mission statement for as long as I've been a teacher. Like, and I don't know, like, how do you, like, I don't know if it's like specific enough. But
that's fair. Maybe we can draw a line through that, like keep it on the list, but draw a line through it is not, you know, like a first choice. Is that possible?
Or even just, I mean, I like it. It's just incorporating it somehow. So it,
yeah.
I don't know.
Laura, how'd you do that? I don't know how to do the line thing.
Oh, you did it right through.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the cultivating civic and social responsibility, I think, is great. It kind of encompasses everything that we were trying to say.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, I think I would get a giant sticky star. I think cultivating social and civic responsibility gets a giant sticky star. I think that empowering learning definitely deserves a sticky star.
Mm-hmm.
I think like cultivating integrity kind of flows into the cultivating social and civic responsibility. What do you guys think about that? Is that a little bit, I mean, I don't think we should necessarily take it out because I love the word integrity. But
I feel like that ends up being, you know, very much a value. So that would be a great
that's
thing
fair.
to add into the value statement would be integrity.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I like
we need 5 ideas. So we've got, if we get rid of the integrity one, we would have 5 if we put something with the engaging.
Okay.
I mean, just saying to do our job.
That's, thanks for keeping us on task. That's perfect.
Keeping inspiring curiosity. Is that?
I liked the inspiring curiosity.
I like
that one.
I think the only thing, you know, maybe be missing is, you know, something about either, you know, diversity or inclusivity. I'm trying to figure out a good way to kind of make that an active thing. So I was thinking either celebrating diversity or maybe fostering inclusivity.
And equity, like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea of like future
inclusivity. My only thing with, I mean, I like fostering inclusivity. I think that one's good.
There was another word you all just said. I missed it.
Equity?
Equity.
Yeah, equity.
Did we want to say anything about resilience or?
Well, I love resilience, but
I wonder.
But some of those details for me would fall then in those value statements, right? Because our mission statement can just get too big and clunky.
No, exactly. Right? We have so many words.
Right.
Yeah, this is true.
Another thing I was thinking,
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Fit the format that we have here, but our community, our future, getting to kids as our future leaders. It also gets that word community in. I think that the word community can imply a lot of things in that mission statement that might also pull in some of these other more detailed ideas that then would come out again, like we said, in the vision and value.
I like that.
So you like,
what did you say with community, Laura? What was that very first part?
I just said our community, our future.
Okay.
So it's really not flowing with the plan so far.
No, but I love it. It's great.
I like it too. I mean, it kind of, you know, it pulls everything. All of these things would be pulled under that.
Absolutely.
you could say like, you could use those verbs and then kind of end it with you're inspiring, investing, fostering, and then whatever. I'm just pulling some together in our community, our future, something like that. Like that could be kind of the ending part or something.
Yeah, so you're saying like inspiring curiosity, cultivating social and civic responsibility, fostering inclusivity in our community and our future.
Yeah, something like, yeah.
I like it. Okay, so our 5 ideas so far are curiosity, right? Empowering learning. I like the cultivating social and civic responsibility. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then fostering inclusivity is 4. I mean, and I think our community, our future is 5, isn't it? Or is it something that we want to like, I mean, I think just as this first step of sort of gathering the 5 ideas.
Can you put like build our community if you want to have a word there? Like that's something you could add, or just leave our community, our future.
I like the word investing that was used before. So investing in our community, our future.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Or even cultivating our community, our future.
So should I get rid of the other? Should I get rid of investing in the future as it stands alone?
Yeah.
I think
so. I think, yeah, I would replace it.
I think investing in our community and our future. I like that. We don't want to use cultivating twice, so we would have to find a little word.
So we have 5. Are you all good with those 5 if I start putting them in that other form?
Yep. Yeah, I'm good.
Yep, I'm good with those.
Everyone comfortable? Well, we have a great group, guys. Go group. We're so far ahead of schedule, too.
We need t-shirts. We should get
I
t-shirts.
know,
for our
we
group.
should. Tell group 3. Thank you very much for doing the notations, Kristen.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
no problem.
I'm going to take a quick break to use the restroom really fast. I'll be right back.
I can do a funny story. So today I gave a math test, and for it was a division problem, and it was like 44 remainder 7 or something. And one of my kids wrote for their answer 44.6532, and like, did you use a calculator?
No.
I need you to think about that again, because if you have all those decimals and all those numbers after the decimal, that would kind of tell me you were using a calculator.
No.
So, were you using a calculator?
So, okay, so this page that I'm putting it on, it says discussion notes for mission statement, and then recommend at least 5 short, big thoughts your group will recommend. So I put all our notes there, and then I just put the 5 that are starred down on the other part. Does that sound like that I'm answering that? Am I answering the questions correctly?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
I don't want to push submit until I've done it.
Well, thank you for
Laura, did you want it on yours, or is it okay if I just had it up here on mine? Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just push submit then. All right, our answer is submitted.